I feel like every time should we record? I feel like every time I pick up a microphone, I'm like, I can't believe we're doing this again.
I know, it like almost feels scary.
I know. I'm like, God, the pressure is on.
We're like, what are we going to talk about? As though we haven't been doing this for like 50 episodes now.
50 fucking years.
It's crazy. We're also probably now, or like maybe 2 weeks ago, hit a year of this podcast existing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah.
Wait, I wonder, actually, I should go back and check when we.
I think it was like June
No,
or July.
it was like August.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, hi girls, happy 1 year
Hi,
anniversary.
girls.
We'll figure out
Yeah.
we'll figure out the
celebration.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll do a meet and greet. Just
Absolutely.
kidding.
We already did one.
In New York
Mm-hmm.
with Richie and Kim.
Yeah, that's
our,
it.
Our two biggest fans that don't listen.
Yeah. Well, hi girls, welcome back to Hot and Bothered. I'm Chris Bruno.
I'm Cedar Champ, and on this podcast we talk about everything that we find hot as fuck.
And everything that bothers the absolute shit out of us.
Don't take anything we say too seriously.
And what else? We have minimal life experience, no credential. Are we still doing that whole bit?
I guess so. I tried to give it up, but we never came up with anything better. So
Period. Okay.
if you guys have a new intro for us that someone wants to write and send in, have
please
at it.
email hotandbothered@gmail.com.
We
hotandbotheredthepodcast
We actually do have an email. If you guys want to email us, hotandbotheredthepod@gmail.com. Send us an email. Let's bring it back to like
Send
the
us
email
an
days.
email.
Yeah.
I love that. I adore.
I'm a career girl now. I use email again.
How is that going for you?
It's going well.
I forgot.
Busy. It's been going well.
Busy.
Busy. Fucking
you being a
booked
corporate
and
CEO
busy.
again.
I know.
I love that for you.
I do too. Okay, I wanted to say something. And I'm annoyed that this didn't happen before we recorded last week's episode. But literally days after, we were talking about like the insanity of gyms and whatever else in LA.
Keeping up with LA, expensive gyms, expensive grocery stores, expensive coffees, expensive everything, expensive water bottles.
Precisely. So I went and I had to go tour this gym, and I didn't even know gyms did this. I didn't even know they had gotten this far to this point. Like, it's so extreme. So this gym I went to, not only do they have this stereotypical like gym area where you like lift weights and whatever, but none of them are like free weights. Maybe they have a couple, but all of the machines that they have, like, instead of like putting weights on them, they're like air pressurized. So you just like push a button.
I'm already lost.
So then there's that. And then they also have like these like fucking state-of-the-art machines that like the astronauts use or something like that. And
you need like a degree to figure out how to operate the fucking shit in this gym.
Yes. And then of course they have like physical therapists, they have nutritionists, there's a full spa. You can do like cold plunge, you can do red light therapy, you can do cryotherapy, whatever that one machine is that you go inside of and it like depressurizes the air or like pressurizes it or whatever.
Yeah.
They have that thing. Obviously, you can get a massage or a facial or whatever you want to do.
Is this like a big facility?
It's huge.
Where
it's
is
like
it?
the size of a Costco. It's in El Segundo. And then they have a cafe, of course, which like all of them do.
Like a full menu?
Yes. And
that's gorge.
Then in addition to that, they have a full medical facility. So you can go in, get your, like, you can do your annual physical there. You can do like cancer screening. Like you can go in for like an urgent care appointment at this gym, at this fucking gym. And obviously it's like all integrated medicine. So like if you go in and you see your doctor and like he does your blood work and he's like, oh, you need to do acupuncture, he'll send you across the hallway to the acupuncturist. Like, it's the most insane thing.
Do you need to be a member at the gym to utilize the medical facilities?
Yes.
It's insane.
The most like expensive all-inclusive package that they have for this gym is $50,000 a year.
That's what, $4,500 a month?
I'm not doing that math.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
4,000 a month? What is that?
I don't. Do you want me to?
4
do
times
math?
12, yeah, or 48,000. Yeah, it's like 40 something.
something.
Like
Somebody's listening to
4,100.
this or like screaming at these fucking idiots.
Well, who cares?
I didn't do well in math for obvious reasons, but anyway, isn't that
So
crazy
we should
though?
join that.
Yeah, I'm not driving down there to go
I
to the
was gonna
gym
say, who
though.
the fuck is going to El
That's
Segundo to
what,
pay
and
50
I
grand a month?
literally kept saying that. I was like, it would make sense for them to like put this gym in fucking Malibu or literally anywhere else, but like
Yeah.
down
Like legitimately anywhere
like
else.
literally anywhere else.
Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood,
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're opening up a fucking Costco sized
Yeah, like when you need the
gym,
space.
like
Yeah.
where are you gonna go? I wonder like what their okay, me being also a businesswoman, I'm like, I wonder what like their return on that whole situation is gonna be, because that seems like it's a fucking expensive production.
I know. I know.
Like, and nothing's open to the public.
No, the spa is you can
Mhm.
book things outside of,
Mhm.
and then there's also like a basic membership.
Where you can like
And
just use the
I
gym.
think their basic membership was like actually it wasn't bad. I think for like the cheapest possible membership was like 350 or something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and then there was one that was like 750 and then up from there, of course. Um so like there was some like practicality in there. Obviously, you don't get access to like an
A
unlimited
fucking
doctor's appointments.
acupuncturist.
You don't get
Yeah.
your cancer screening.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Um but yeah, it was insane.
And speaking of our topics last week, we talked about health insurance, didn't we?
Yes.
Like, this is a combination of
Yes.
all of that.
And I
Shit, you should
asked
have went there
them,
last week, bitch.
I asked them, I was like, so do you guys, like, you have a medical facility? Do
Yeah.
you take health insurance? Obviously, knowing they were going to say no.
Yeah.
They were like, maybe in the future we'll be able to, but like right now, like what we do is we can provide like a super bill and then you can submit it to your health insurance and like see what they'll cover. But it's crazy. But like that's actually the future of like fitness
I
and
don't know
physical
how I
wellness
feel
in our
about
country.
that. $50,000 a year.
It's obviously going to trickle down. It'll be more accessible like in 20 years to like everybody.
Not with the way that our government is running.
Well, 1000%. But that's just like, that's the vibe that everyone's on now. And then I was mind blown by that. And then I toured a couple of other places that had similar things to a certain extent. But it was all like kind of a one-stop shop vibe at all of the places I went to, where it's like, obviously you go,
And where are
you
these
work
places like
out.
open? I'm actually really curious. Like, where are these places opening?
There's one of them that I toured was in Venice,
Oh, yeah.
a smaller one, but also equally fucking stunning. And then, no, not equally, more stunning. The aesthetics of that place, stunning. And then another one was in West Hollywood, but that one was less of a gym and more of like a wellness place. Yeah.
That makes me want to work out and be skinny and go to a new gym.
It doesn't even make me want to work out. It just makes me want to go like
Be in a cute
Get-
two-piece and look at boys.
and get my like blood drawn and like
Oh,
sit in a what are those things called?
Is
They're
it
like
cryotherapy or like those
no
chambers
yeah, like the chamber things.
where they like suction your legs and like, yeah.
No, not that. That's a different thing. Are you talking about like the full body suits where it like squeezes you like a blood pressure tester
I
machine
don't know.
does?
I'm the most unhealthy
Because they
person
have
in
those
the world.
too. It's crazy. There's so much shit. And I was before that I was just having this conversation where like there's so much maintenance that we all have to do now because like everyone's like, oh, you should do a cold plunge, you should do cryotherapy, you should do XYZ. Like everyone needs to be doing red light therapy, blah 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 blah. It's too much stuff. You can't go to individual places for these things. So of course, naturally, it makes sense for like all of it to just be combined and you pay an extra $50 on your $500 membership to do your
do all of it.
acupuncture. Yeah.
That honestly, like that kind of stuff stresses me out because it's like, I don't know. I feel like figuring out a workout routine and figuring out like how to eat healthy is so much fucking information.
But that's the beauty of this type of gym. You don't have to do any of that work for yourself because you have professionals just telling you what your body needs.
I mean, that's true, but you still have to like know the workouts and like know what to eat. Where do you get your food is what I'm saying. You have to like keep that in mind.
Well, you talk to the nutritionist, and the nutritionist, I'm sure, comes up with a meal plan for you. And then
Okay, so
in
I'm
a
gonna
place
join
like
this gym.
this, yeah. And then in a place like this, I don't think they're at this. at this level yet, but I imagine in the future it will all be integrated with like an Air One, like a grocery store
Mm,
where like your nutritionist probably does your fucking grocery shopping for you, and then yeah,
it's all gonna be AI, babe.
I know.
I love that.
I do too. I do too. Speaking of AI, we need to do that thing for our
Oh my
Instagram
God, I know. After you told me
immediately.
about that, I saw like 10 people post stories
Yeah.
about it, and I was like, oh my God.
I didn't want to do it at first because I was like, I don't want to hate myself, but also now I'm kind of like, maybe I'd do it for the bit.
We have to. We'll do it later.
What do you want to talk about?
Um, I don't know. Should we jump into things?
Do you want to talk about Addison Rae?
Oh, I mean, obviously.
I made Chris watch the Diet Pepsi music video before we started recording.
Wait, hold on, pause. Actually, backtrack. I
Okay.
was with some friends on a trip this weekend, and we were like all watching music videos like in the living room of our Airbnb, and we were all like stunned. We all like said it at the same time. We were like, music video? Like we haven't watched a music video in like 5 or 10 years, and we were like, we were watching like the Charlie XCX ones, and I was like, my eyeballs were glued to the TV. Then we were watching like the Megan Thee Stallion ones, and I was like, we were all just like, these are so fucking good. Why have we like not? We need to prioritize watching music videos. Like, it makes the song so much fucking better when there's a good music video, and it like, again, obviously I'm a visual diva, but it's like puts everything together.
Yes. I I've stopped watching music videos, and I have like a few friends where like they'll be like, "Oh my God, did you hear so and so's new song?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, yeah, I love it." And they're like, "Did you see the music video?" And I always think to myself, why on earth would I seek out the music video?
Mhm.
Unless it's in front of my face, like
Mhm.
it comes up on my TikTok or something, I'm not going
Yeah.
to see it. But I respect them because I'm like, yeah, music videos fucking slay. Like I love a good music video. I just don't watch them.
I need to. I'm gonna like. That's my New Year's resolution is to watch more music videos.
Bring back music videos.
We need to.
So Addison Rae's music video, first of all, Diet Pepsi
Absolutely.
is such a good song.
Diet Pepsi is the best song ever produced in the United States, but that was the worst music video I've ever seen in my absolute life.
But that's the thing, and that's why everyone loves Addison Rae is because like she has no fucking taste and she doesn't give a fuck. She genuinely does not care, and she's just herself. And like
I just
it's a
don't know
sleigh.
how, like, if I was this girl's manager, I would be like, you cannot release that music video.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot, like, it looked like it cost $100 to make that music video.
I feel like she has probably a lot of people on her team that have the same vibe as her though. So everybody is like,
Chugi,
yeah,
and like, also, how old is she?
she's young.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably like 24, 25.
because she was giving like 16 years old in that music video.
1000%.
I don't know. I kind of respect it because I'm like, okay, at least she's like being kind of down to earth and like innocent and sweet, but also like that was just a horrible fucking music video.
Not only that, but I just like respect that she's just not conform because everyone on social media and all over the internet has been talking shit on her for years about how she has no fucking style, she has no
Mm-hmm.
taste, blah 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 blah. And we all know she has the money. She could have those things, but like she chooses not to, and I feel like
She's just a simple
she's just
girl.
staying true to herself, and
Well,
that's a slay
I get that, and I actually like do totally respect that for her, but maybe I need to see the other music videos
of hers.
of hers to like
I've never seen another one.
me either, but maybe I need to in order to
Mm.
like get a full picture of how basic she is.
Yeah.
But I guess if that's her vibe, she should lean into it, and she's obviously
Embrace
monetizing
it.
off of that. So
Yeah.
who the fuck am I to judge?
Yeah, because at first it was like everyone was like, ugh, Addison Rae. But now everyone's like, oh my God, Addison Rae.
Okay, and this is also something that I was telling. We've talked about this before about like we're getting like brain dead girl music lately.
Yeah.
But I'm like, we are in the midst of like a historic
Like
music
pop revolution.
We are in a
Yeah.
pop revolution.
Yeah, we
like
are.
Charlie XCX, no fucking shit, obviously. Addison
Yeah.
Rae, Gracie Abrams,
Yeah.
obsessed. Who else is there
I
that's
feel
giving us
like
what we need?
I feel like this all kind of started to pop off right when Kim Petras released Slut Pop Miami.
Oh yeah.
Because that was like the poppiest of the worst pop music in the
Mhm.
best way.
Mhm.
And then
It's kind of like normalizing horrible pop.
yes.
Yeah.
And we love that.
Absolutely.
I love horrible pop. Like when people ask me what kind of, I was having this conversation the other day. When people ask me what kind of music I listen to, I'm like, I don't know how to answer that and sound like a normal human.
I'm really obsessed with all these like new songs that are coming out because hear me out and no one come for me. Like I'm not a Swiftie, but some of like Taylor Swift's pop like scratches that itch, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. But like
Yeah.
I cannot fucking stand to look at her and I like
Yeah.
hate her. But like I feel like, her little pop songs kind of like gave me what I needed in that department. But now all these new other songs, I'm like, thank fucking God that there's somewhat like other artists that are giving me like literally 2000s girly pop that's like
Yes.
so fucking good.
So good.
It's just like let's romanticize crying over boys and
Yeah.
like being innocent and not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Like let's get used and abused.
Yes.
Like we absolutely need the girly pop.
But also the beauty of that is like it's this whole idea of like embracing that we know it's wrong. We know
Mhm.
boys shouldn't treat us like that, but we're like, fuck it, whatever,
Yeah.
and have fun with it.
It's basically emulating this podcast but in musical form.
You heard it here first, girls.
Like we know it's wrong,
Hot
but
and
we
Bothered
just
is
can't
the
help
OG
ourselves.
pop revolution
We
podcast.
are, you know what we're actually doing?
What
We
are we doing?
are growing at the same rate as this girly pop revolution. And we are on the same trajectory.
I love
We're
that.
both normalizing the same thing at the same time.
I love that. When we did our
We're aligned
Q&A,
with the girly pop.
yes. No thanks to you because you've never kept up with anything relevant in your life.
And I don't know anything and
When we did our Q&A, someone sent us a question and they were like, are you guys flopping or are you expecting an upward trajectory? And it was like literally right once we started to gain followers. And I was like, what do you mean flopping? We're just getting fucking started, bitch.
yeah.
But yeah, to put it plainly, no, upward trajectory and in line with all of this beautiful pop culture that's happening right
Yeah,
now.
it's all about I don't even know. I want to say like
Embracing that life can be shitty sometimes and having fun with it.
period.
I don't know. I don't know
That's a
how
good
else
way
to
to
put
put it.
it.
I was going to say something completely different, but
Oh,
you took the words out of my mouth.
I mean, that's like literally to summarize every point that I've been trying to make over like the past probably, I don't know, 8 to 12 weeks after people started slut shaming me on the internet. I'm like, you guys need to get a grip because what you don't understand is it's all a joke.
It's all a bit.
Like
It's
life
all a bit.
itself, it's all a bit.
It's
Just
all a
have fun.
joke.
There's nothing there. You can't do anything other than just enjoy it. And I won't do that either, but I'll try,
I'm like, there's a few other things we can do other than enjoy it.
Like what?
I don't know. I was trying to think.
Try to change the world.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah. So, should we have a normal length episode this episode?
I could be down.
Okay. I feel like your Botox is really in effect right now.
It's not. Oh my God, I haven't
You
had
sure?
Botox in so long.
You were like laughing earlier, and I was like, the Botox.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. My forehead veins have been out of this fucking world lately. And
Go ahead.
I just feel like it's because I've been so fucking dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's so bad. Like this actually it's like giving Bethany Frankel. Like I have this huge one that goes down here and then I get like these crazy ones that go on the side of my head, especially when I'm rolling. Like they explode. But then it makes me look like I have acne sometimes, but it's not here nor there.
I also have one really big one right here and then some on the side here that make me look like I have like a weird like sideburn situation going on or something. Yeah. And they come out, I feel like they come out more when I've had my Botox today. I have been needing to schedule a Botox appointment, but I'm waiting until I have business near where my Botox is. So I have been needing to schedule an appointment and I've always thought like I know that I can raise my eyebrows literally to the fucking sun. So like those wrinkles up there need to be taken care of. But I never really thought I had problems with the 11 lines.
Oh.
And every time I've gone in for injections, they like tell me to, frown and then I do it. And then they're like, oh yeah, we need to inject your 11 lines. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't even move them. Today I was doing some work on my computer and I like was making a slight face at my computer and then I pulled up my phone and opened my Snapchat and fucking clear as day, bitch. My 11 lines were deeper than they were like literally deeper than the Grand Canyon. And I
That's
was like,
so
I
interesting.
need Botox so bad.
I'm like, I feel like I'm like the opposite where I like go into my Botox lady and I'm like, my 11s are so fucking bad. Like, they're so, and she's like, no, they're not. And I'm like, they're actually
I'm
terrible.
so envious
And
of
then,
that.
and then I'm like, but like, I only have like one forehead wrinkle. And then she's like, your forehead is really wrinkly. I'm like, how do you think that I have a wrinkly forehead when I think that I don't have a wrinkly
I don't
forehead?
think you
And
do.
how do you think that my 11s aren't bad when they're horrible? But I do have to say that I think that the next time I get Botox, I'm not going to do my 11s because it's hot when a guy has a little bit of wrinkles. And
Yeah.
also, like, if I can't move my eyebrows forward, I'm not able to move them anywhere else.
Yeah.
And, like, I just look deformed.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm going to try that next time.
I just thought of something that I wanted
No
to
one
say.
cares, but that's just so everybody knows.
Just so,
That's
just
my
so everybody
mindset for
knows.
the next time. Like, if my Botox person's listening to this,
Also, my Botox person is literally in Redondo. So if anyone's listening to this that has a bitch
I have a
or
bitch
is a
here.
bitch, I don't know if I trust your bitch because you've
Why?
told some stories. The
About what?
masseter injections and like
That's not my.
not.
That's not my girl.
Oh, oh,
That's not
oh.
my
Okay.
girl.
Anyway, so I just thought of something that I wanted to talk about, and that is that okay, so the other day I'm friends with this girl and she posted something on her private story. This girl had like texted her and was like, "Hey girl, like we took some really cute pictures last night." And she was like, "I like hated the way I looked. I edited them. Here's like the edits if you like want to upload any of them." Like Kim Kardashian giving
Yeah, she's
permission.
like, I facetuned the fuck out of myself,
Yeah.
so delete the original ones and save these,
And
babe.
only
It's
post
very
these
me.
ones. So, and I'm like, okay, it's like, go off, girl. And so my friend posted the screenshot of this girl sending her that text. And then she posted it on her private story, posted a picture of like one of the pictures. And she was like, imagine editing only yourself. Like, that's so rude. And I was thinking about this and aligned with that. And I was going to say something to her, but I was also like, I'm not getting into she also doesn't care. And I'm not getting into this fucking
Hmm.
conversation. But I was thinking about it. Anytime somebody else edits a picture for me, it makes me want to fucking kill myself because it's basically like saying, oh, these are all your imperfections that are visible to other people.
I sometimes, like, if I'm doing a little tweakalina
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in a photo with someone, like, I'll do a little, like, whiten their teeth or, like, do
Mm-hmm.
a little something, something just to,
Yeah.
like, help them out because I'm a
Yeah.
really good friend. And, like, I'll show it to them and they'll be like, oh my God, I look so good. And then I'm like,
You
do I
like,
tell
you
you?
can't tell
I'm like,
them.
do I tell you that there was some minor altering that went on with this? Or am I just going to like let you think that this is just an amazing photo, a
Yeah.
natural photo of you?
For me, I live in a constant state of always overanalyzing myself and hating every ounce of my being. So, like, if I
Mm.
can have a little moment of like, oh my God, I actually look good in
Don't
that
shatter
picture,
it.
like, just let me have it.
Yeah,
Just
do
let
not
me
shatter
have
it.
it. Yeah.
Like when
So,
Richie facetuned my nose in that photo.
oh, that one where I looked like a fucking doll and he was like, I hardly even edited you. And I was like, I think you're lying. And I still think he's lying.
He literally made
I,
my nose look like yours in a photo. And I was like,
that's not me.
maybe I did it when I was drunk. I think he did it though.
Well, he edited me and it didn't look like
It
me.
was a photo of me and him sitting on the couch at the hotel.
Yeah. He did that one.
Slay.
He did it that night.
My
He
nose
was
was
blacked
literally
out.
like Whoville. I was like,
Literally.
slay. Okay, enough of the Facetune.
Hi.
Hi. Let's have an appropriate episode this week.
Why would it ever be appropriate? Like an appropriate length or appropriate content?
Appropriate length.
Oh, okay. Are you hot or bothered?
I'm hot this week
Tell me about it.
because I'm leaning into experimenting with long distance relationships. I'm currently in 3, maybe 4,
Good.
maybe 5.
Keep it up.
It's so fun. It's
Are
so
you gonna? Can
fun.
you tell us about them or no?
I mean, they're scattered all over the world. What do you need to know?
Like distance wise, how far are we talking?
Europe, other side of the country,
Love.
2 hours away.
I don't consider that long distance.
You don't consider okay, it's like in the desert.
I mean, okay, I'm biased because I've strictly been in long distance relationships.
I know, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about this is because you are like the queen of long distance relationships, and
1,000%.
I don't think I've ever been in a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
But like, what do you consider a long distance relationship?
I think if it makes more sense for you to get on an airplane to see them versus driving to see them, then it's a long distance relationship.
Define getting on an airplane versus driving.
Well, like, okay, for me, if I was to date somebody in Arizona, it's a 6-hour drive. It's a hour and a half flight, maybe, give and take some time at the airport. That's a long distance relationship.
Okay, obviously.
But like, if you can drive there
Okay, a long distance relationship
within reason,
to me is like literally if you live in Silver Lake. Like if you live borderline, if you live in Santa Monica, that's a long distance relationship for me.
that's just you being lazy and
It's
not wanting
not
to
me
be
being lazy.
inconvenienced.
That's a
It's
long distance
it's
relationship.
it's
If
you
you
not wanting
live
to
more
be
than 25 minutes
inconvenienced.
away from me in Los Angeles, that is a long distance
And
relationship.
I've heard people with this argument before, and maybe it was just you, but like I just don't agree with that. I mean, I feel like you're just
Also,
at
like,
that point you just want to use the label so bad
no,
that you'll
I
label
don't. And I
anything.
also feel like the, like, what is it called? Like the subcategories of Los Angeles are so different that may as well be different countries. So those people should classify as like foreigners.
Foreigners.
Do you know what I mean? Like if
You
you
need to
are
have your
living in
visa to
Silver
come to
Lake, you are not
Beverly
the same
Hills.
as someone who lives in Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Like you're foreign people. You guys have a
Mhm.
different like mindset of life.
I get your point. I just think that like I think at that point you're just like so desperate to label it a long distance relationship.
I'm not desperate to do anything, babe. Desperate to label it. I'm not
I
desperate.
literally just witnessed you have an aneurysm.
Desperate to label it
Desperate.
that. I'm
He's like
like
desperate and Chris Bruno
what
do
I'm
not go together in a
desperate.
sentence.
No, what I'm desperate for is to not fucking drive to 30 minutes.
That's just you not wanting to be inconvenienced.
Okay, period.
But
call it what you want to call
meanwhile,
it.
you fucking drag your ass all around the fucking city for work every goddamn
Yeah,
day.
babe, but that's paying my fucking
So
bills.
you're
That's
you're
me being
in
a girl
you're
boss
in a
and
long
me paying
distance
my bills.
relationship with your job. Like, what's going on with that?
I mean, I don't travel. I just go to Malibu every now and again.
That's far.
Okay, I'm not going there to fuck someone that I'm in love with. I'm going there to make a quick buck.
A quick buck.
Like, I don't know. For me, I think a long distance relationship is like literally 30 minutes. If you're 30 minutes away from someone.
Okay, girls, write in what is the definition of what is the length parameters? What is the distance?
Like even this guy that I was talking to
requirement?
that lived like in like East West Hollywood, like borderline Hollywood, I was
Yeah.
like, this probably isn't gonna work for me because there's no fucking way that I can like keep doing this.
I know a lot of people, especially in LA, who will only date people in their neighborhood. And
I've done that.
I respect that. But like also I'm like, if you're too close to me, I feel like you're just gonna want to see me every night, and like I don't want that either.
Yeah, there's a fine line. It's a gray area.
Like I would enjoy dating somebody that's in a different neighborhood for that reason.
But like what if it could I don't know.
It's like
I'm
me
just
dating
like
somebody in Venice. Like that's far enough that it's inconvenient that like we can see each other twice a week, and I'm so happy with that.
now you got the wheels turning in my head.
About what?
I don't know. I'm just like I don't know if I could ever do that again.
Somebody 30 minutes away from
Yeah.
you. But you're also like when you like somebody, you want them like up your ass. Like you want them there every second of every day.
Yeah. I also feel like it's kind of interesting. Like, I feel like in relationships, it's either like you either like only go to that person's house or they either only go to your house.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's such an interesting dynamic, and it's always so. Whenever I'm like talking to someone new, it's always interesting to see what that dynamic is going to be like.
Yeah.
It's like, am I going to be the one going to your place, or are you going to be the one coming to my place all the time?
Yeah.
And it's
And
never like, it's never even. It's never even.
Mm-hmm. And it also is like dependent on like who's
Their quality of life
first of all
versus
how much
mine.
how much you like the person.
Yeah.
And also like who has the nicer place.
Mm-hmm.
Like I rarely date guys that don't have nicer places than me, but like when I do, I'll have them here, of course, because I'm comfortable here. But like I also really despise when I have a guy over and then after he leaves and I have to like put my place back together after someone leaves. Like that's fine once a week maybe, but any more than that, I'm like, I'm not doing
It's
that.
kind of a nice little
At that
vacation.
point, like you need to hire a housekeeper to come clean my house after you leave.
1000%.
You know? And like that was the problem with my ex-boyfriend. Like he would come, and of course we were in long distance relationships, so he would stay for days at a time, and
Just tear up the
after
place.
just tear up the place. And then after he left, it's like, and there's
I
like
have to
little
spend 4 days
things.
cleaning up the whole fucking
Yeah,
house.
and there's like little things that I do for like daily maintenance to keep my place like in order. So like I squeegee my shower walls or
Mm-hmm.
my doors or whatever. And like I don't even think I ever asked him to do that because I knew that like he just can't be bothered. Like he wouldn't even, he was so impatient, he wouldn't even dry himself off when he would get out of the shower. He'd come out of the shower soaking wet, like, and walk over and like put his clothes on while he's like he's a mental
I don't
patient.
like that.
He's a mental patient. But anyway, so yes, but I would so much rather just go to somebody else's place and like be a good house guest. I'll pick up after myself. Like he's not going to have to do any cleaning after I leave, of course. But like then I don't have to deal with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was a really long rant.
No, I get it. I feel like I just feel like it depends on the person for me, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know, we don't have to get into it, but like, if I don't like going to your house, then it's probably like we're not a match for each other. But I just still feel like it's also never even,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And also
Also,
like
I get grossed out by people's places so quickly.
so easily, like
So
even
quickly.
like especially with straight guys, it's like even if they have like a normal level, like a standard of cleanliness, it's still never my standard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go and I see that like he hasn't like wiped down his counters.
We've already talked about the fuzzy sinks, etc.
Yes, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I would never feel clean here.
We've also talked about this a million times, but I've been living like a depressed hoarder lately. Like, I literally like did a mound of dishes today. Like, I need to get it's so fucking hard sometimes though to like keep fucking up with your apartment. And me and you have also talked about this, where it's like you can spend 1 hour cleaning your shower and like your toilet and your bathroom sink and your fucking tub, and then it's like you go out to the kitchen and it's fucking filthy, and you're like,
Yeah.
I can't fucking have my cake and eat it too, babe.
No,
Like, it's like
exactly.
it's always a juggle. It's
Yeah.
so bad.
I had a phase. I don't remember what the fuck was I going through during that time. Maybe I just was having people over too often, but I was like each day taking on a little project of like cleaning
Mm-hmm.
my bathroom, and then like the next day I cleaned my kitchen, and then the next day I did laundry, and like so on and so forth. So like I wasn't doing it all in one day and having to take up the whole day, but then it's like by the time I would finish that cycle,
It's like
I have to start over
you're
again. I have to
back
go back
over
into the
again.
bathroom,
Yeah,
and I'm like I'm exhausted.
absolutely.
And like I know I've also talked about this. I don't know if I've talked about this on here, but like I have a tiled shower, and like I've let it go. I'm embarrassed when people come into my apartment because I'm like, don't look at my fucking shower. Like the grout, I can't keep fucking scrubbing the grout.
I don't trust house cleaners.
Yeah,
I can't do it,
because you don't think they'll do a good enough job, or because you think they're gonna steal things,
because they're not going to do a good enough job. And
and they're gonna steal things.
no, they're not going to steal
Just
they're not
kidding.
going to steal things, but like something is inevitably going to get broken or damaged.
Yeah,
Like, it's just inevitable. I mean, I used to have someone like come clean my apartment, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
yeah.
Like, I can't fucking do it anymore.
I used to be the person, like when I was in high school, I would clean people's summer homes. And I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the fact that anytime the smallest, tiniest little thing goes missing, someone's like, the housekeeper stole it. Like everyone always blames the housekeeper. Meanwhile, she's just minding her own fucking business, doesn't
Yeah.
care.
So you got accused of stealing for an entire summer.
I actually never have gotten to the best of my knowledge, but they're also usually what?
Okay, speaking of stealing, I have a quick little point.
Tell us.
Okay, so when I was in the desert this weekend and I was with my friends and whatever, and we were at the grocery store. Okay, I'm not like, I don't steal things, but like if there's a clove of garlic at the bottom of the cart and like I forget it, or if there's like a LaCroix underneath and I just don't feel like picking it up, I'm like, we're gonna like see what we can get away with. We're gonna like have a little bit of an adrenaline rush. Like,
Yeah.
let's see what's going on here. Like, I don't know, like me admitting that I'm like stealing
from
everything.
Target.
I mean, like, honestly, like if I'm doing self checkout and it doesn't scan, I'm like, I'm not getting paid to do this. Like, this
Yeah.
is your job. You should be doing this if you fucking care about me, like, buying shit or not. Anyway, the people that I was with, like, literally everyone, they would be like, just roll the cart through. And everyone was like so scared. And I was like, bitch,
Mhm.
we need like what is it, a memento? What is it called? Like I was like, we
Yeah.
need like a prize. Like we
Yeah.
need. I was like, we're spending $700 at the grocery store. I was like, I need something. I need a free fucking little jar of honey. I was like, or a clove of garlic, at least a fucking lime.
Yeah.
Like I was like, we need to get away with something here. Like we need to absolutely. And no one like was catching on to like what I was trying to throw down.
Yeah.
And I was like, these good fucking Catholics? Like, who the
Yeah.
fuck am I with right now? So that kind of bursted my bubble on the topic of stealing. I just thought that I had to say that. But that's like a fun little challenge that I play with myself sometimes.
I already know that you do this because sometimes Chris will go to the grocery store and he'll text me and he'll be like, I just stole $35 worth of groceries.
Like,
And like, okay, so the other day, and I never do it because I am one of those people where I am a goody two shoes. And also, I've been freaked out by like, for years, they've been saying Target has like the facial recognition, da 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 da. And then once they catch you stealing a certain amount, they're just going to approach you and be like, you're banned from
and
the
arrest
store.
you.
Yeah. And so I've always been a massive fucking pussy when it comes to stealing even like the smallest of things in like a Target or a grocery store or like whatever it is. But the other day I actually did steal something and I was going to
On
text you.
accident or on purpose?
Well, on purpose. And I was going to text you about it because I was like
But you were
proud
like
of
nervous
myself.
that they were gonna like catch the.
No, I just forgot to text you, but I went to the grocery store and I was like, something was wrong with me. I don't remember what it was that day, but I was just like not well and like so over everything. I was just fed up and I was exhausted and I was just like not doing it. And so I was trying to fucking scan. I scanned like two small little things. Like one of them was like a little salad and then one of them was like something else that was like small, like probably a cookie or something. And then I went to go scan this like half gallon of milk and it wouldn't scan and I was like, I'm not fucking doing this today. And then I just like set it down and paid for the two things that I did scan and I left. And I was like, I'm so proud of myself for that.
Oh, like you took it.
I just took
Good for you.
I wasn't gonna keep trying to scan it and I wasn't gonna call somebody over so I could pay for this fucking half
And
gallon
wait
of
30
milk.
minutes for someone to like type in 10 codes. Like,
No.
can't be bothered.
No, and I was like, you know what? I have done my best. I've had a long day and
I deserve the carton
I
of
tried
milk.
to scan it. It's not my
Yeah.
fault it didn't scan. I'm leaving, you know?
Goodbye.
And I'm really proud of myself for that.
Okay, are you hot or are you bothered?
Okay, I'm hot this week
Slay.
because what I'm gonna say, people are gonna give me so much fucking shit for, and none of you guys, obviously, but the freaks on the internet. I'm okay. Let me spit it out. I'm hot this week because I love dating a guy with money. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about the money, but with people with money comes cool things that money can provide. And
Like it's not for status, it's more for
the experience.
like the experience. Yeah, it's like
and
I
it's
don't
like
me.
I've okay, me always bringing everything back to my childhood. I grew up in a really small town, and even in high school, I would always date guys that were older and had a little bit of money, and people would legitimately call me a gold digger, and I would always to that say, okay. But anyway, so I've always enjoyed dating guys with money, and it's not about getting gifts. It's not about like getting my fucking rent paid or
Yeah.
anything like that, but it's about like when you date a guy that owns a breathwork studio and you get to go do a free breathwork class with a friend for your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you
So it's like it's more the fringe benefits rather than like the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like such a slay. And then also like when you date guys that like own companies and then you're like, "Oh, hey, like let me connect you with my friend that does XYZ," and then you get your friend a job.
This is
Like
yeah. Yeah.
and it's like gorgeous because it's like I get to benefit a little bit, but also part of it is also like connecting other people. So like for example, I was like kind of seeing this guy and this other guy that I used to see, but I'm now just really good friends with. He was like, "Oh, I would love to meet him because I actually was like looking to do XYZ business with him, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Oh, slay, like I would love to introduce you." And then I get to hook my friend up
Mm-hmm.
and like there are a few ways I get to actually benefit because like I said, I'm not like out here getting my fucking rent paid or anything like that, but like when you get to have cool experiences and your friends also get to have cool experiences, it's like the biggest fucking slay.
1,000%.
I guess it's less about dating guys with money and more about dating guys with like cool jobs.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like a super big turnoff for I mean like generally put, like, just people that like aren't motivated and don't necessarily like have that drive. But like if I'm like going, like if I date someone and I like get the vibe that they're just like in some corporate 9 to 5 and they're just like plugging along just to like collect their check, like
Yeah.
that is like the biggest turn off. Like it's so fucking hot when someone's like passionate about what they do and
Mm-hmm.
like loves what they do and is like smart about it. And
Mm-hmm.
like it's even hotter when they have like a little side hustle or like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like that that like turns me on.
Yeah.
And like
We talked about this the other day,
I know and I didn't want to say it like that. That's why I just said it the way that I said it,
but
because I didn't want to say it that fucking
I
way.
okay, I don't have to like quote you, but like we had this conversation the other day, and like for me, I think I will always probably always have to date a guy that is an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
Like I don't like being told what to do. I
Mhm.
don't even like working a 9 to 5 because I don't like being fucking told what to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm an adult, I know how to get my work done. I
A
know how to be
thousand
good at my
percent.
job. Don't fucking tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And so
Or
for the
like you can
fact that
tell me what
like
to do and tell me once.
yes, right, and then leave me the fuck
Like
alone.
trust me, like I like tell me that I need to do something and it will
Yeah.
get executed, and honestly it will get executed when I want and how I want.
Yeah. But it will
Um
still get
maybe
done.
not,
Yeah,
but
but like
like
get off my back.
yeah, it's not your business to
But
like tell
like
me what to do.
the fact that I personally am like assertive and like to be in control in that way, I have to be with somebody who's also that way, otherwise I
Same.
probably won't respect them. Like
Yeah.
I can't think of anything worse than like wanting to like go do something fun and then like my boyfriend or husband, God forbid, has to ask somebody else for permission to take time off to go do this thing that like we want to go do. Like to me, it's mortifying enough that I have to do it. I
Mhm.
don't want to be with somebody else that has to do it.
Yeah, also it's like you're a man.
You're a man and
You
you have
should
to
be able to
ask
do whatever you want. Like why are you asking
you
someone
have to ask another man for
or a
permission.
woman?
If it's a woman, honestly, I would not be as mad about it. But like something about a man reporting
Are
to
you being
another like
sexist?
another like little man, like a little peon, like that's so embarrassing.
I don't know. I
You can work for somebody else if it's a cool job. Like you have a cool job. Like you can get away with like
I
working
know,
for
but it's
somebody
also like
else.
I work for somebody else, but I also do work for myself.
Yeah. So that's why it's like acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like I like people that do cool shit.
Same.
Sue me.
I don't know.
What?
It's
Say it.
no, it's just like I feel like I kind of have like an entrepreneurial mindset, and it's like I have like an inner drive in terms of like what I do to make a fucking living.
Yeah.
And it's like if you have that mindset, you can't like not be with somebody who doesn't have that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like
I feel like it's just like complacency.
mhm.
Like you're just comfortable not having to really think for yourself. But no one get mad at me because most of us have 9 to 5s and I do too, but like do other things too.
Or just think a little deeper.
Yeah. But also the workforce is changing and like I don't know, like the fucking CEO of LinkedIn or something announced a couple of days ago or like said in an interview or something that the 9 to 5 will be dead in like 15 years or something like that, 10 years, I don't remember.
Why?
Just because it's like not like people aren't happy working like that anymore. And then like AI is taking over and everyone has like a different standard for
Everyone
like
keeps
what
talking
they're
about, I know we've talked about AI, but like how are people going to make money?
I had a really long and deep conversation with a couple of people about this the other day. And for me, it's like we're just going to have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
Really?
You know, because it's like it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. There's going to be like probably really high unemployment rates and people are going to be scrambling trying to figure out like what we're going to do for jobs and how
Mhm.
people are going to feed their families. But then I think it's going to reach a point. This is my personal opinion and this is really deep for this podcast, but I think it's going to reach a point where we're going to realize like the importance of community and that taking care of ourselves and the people around us is more important than showing up and clocking in for your 9 to 5.
Well, I would hope so. That's like how Europeans do it.
Yeah, but like when it's like it's going to reach a point where AI is going to run the world, we're not going to have to do anything except for just exist, like ants do. That was the analogy that somebody else gave me. Like
Like we're all gonna be ants one
ants,
day.
that's exactly what we're going to be.
That's
Like AI is not going
terrifying.
to think about us. AI is going to run the world and we're just going to like exist and we're going to go to the farmers market and
Who's gonna run the farmers market? AIs?
yeah.
Ants?
Yeah. I mean, I don't
I
have all
hope
the
I live that long
answers.
to discover that or to
Do you
experience
actually
that.
want to
Do I want to what?
live that long?
We probably will with all these new fucking gyms coming out with fucking
Cancer
gynecologists
screening
built
and
in.
yeah,
While you're doing, some jumping jacks, you're getting a vaginal scrape.
vaginal.
Vaginal? Uh,
Wouldn't that be kind of a slay though, where like you don't have to do anything, you just have to like eat your groceries and like take a trip sometimes and
that's
like
like what I do.
yeah, yeah.
But I don't eat the groceries.
I
Life is
don't
beautiful,
know. I don't
girls.
know.
We don't care. We can't think about the future. We don't know what's going on.
So moral of the story, I love an entrepreneur. That's where I was
Same.
going
They're
with
so
that.
hot.
They're so hot.
They're so hot.
I feel like
You know what's
also
hotter than an entrepreneur?
what?
A scammer. Someone
No.
who does illegal shit. That's hotter than an entrepreneur.
Wait,
Someone who does
I was
illegal
talking with
shit.
my friend about Anna Delvey last night, and he's like a finance guy. He does like data and analytics,
Yeah.
and like
He was like, I'd fuck Anna
he
Delvey.
was like, "Who's that?"
Okay.
I literally was like,
Get home and watch
"You're
this. Watch
mental,"
this
and he
show.
Googles her, and he's like, "That is she's so irrelevant. I can't believe you're acting like I'm crazy for not knowing who she is."
You're like,
And I
that
was
is the
like,
biggest
"We
scam
were in a
artist of our generation.
I was like, we were in a she's a celebrity. We
Yeah.
were in a restaurant and I was like, any person under the age of 45 in here knows who Anna Delvey is. And then we asked the server, she didn't fucking know who Anna Delvey was. And it was like Lana Del Rey was playing on the speakers or something, and she was like, "Is that who's singing this song?" I was like,
Illegal.
"You people need
What
to like
restaurant was this at? Where were you?
just down the street."
Oh,
I'm in a college area.
that's so crazy.
Crazy.
That's like worse than me.
Not knowing who Anna Delvey is. She's like one
Hmm.
of the most iconic scam
Okay, I
artists of
wasn't
all
talking about a
time.
scammer like that. I
Oh,
was
okay.
talking about like,
You stealing your Whole Foods groceries?
no, we can't talk about it because I might get into some legal trouble, but
Oh.
we can talk about it off air.
I love it when you give the girls a little nibble and then give nothing
I know,
else.
it's my favorite thing to do, girls. If you want to know, just DM us.
Yeah. He won't respond, so don't do
We'll
that.
see her well.
And then I'll have to message you and say, "Can you please respond to this person?"
Okay. Anyway, thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Shall we wrap it up? Is that long enough, or what do we think?
Did you have anything else to add to the entrepreneur conversation?
I'm horny.
Did your parents work for themselves?
Yes.
I feel like that's where it comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, also me with my mom being a stay-at-home mom, my dad being self-employed, and us like literally fleeing the state twice a year to go
Slay.
live in a different state. Like I feel that's where all my issues come from, obviously.
And your drive and motivation and
And my
gold
drive
diggingness.
exactly.
Gold digging.
I don't think
Your
that makes
lust for
me
gold digging.
but like if we're being honest and like real with ourselves.
You're admitting to everyone that you're like a rich nepo baby, by the way. So you're giving them what
Okay,
they've been wondering.
not even. First of all, never a nepo
You
baby.
also said you were a maid during the summer, so it's like,
everyone needs a little balance.
yeah, I know. I'm like, I was the same way. Like my parents never bought me anything, but like
Yeah.
we were fine.
Yeah, you can be middle class or upper middle class and like
Be poor.
be poor.
Yes.
Yeah, and live like you're poor. But what I was gonna ask is that if we're being honest with ourselves, if like we're having like a true conversation right now, does that make me a gold digger? Am I a gold digger?
No, because you're not. I think a gold digger is someone who's like, honestly, a gold digger is like someone who's like, you're an opportunistic person, maybe.
I feel like that's just as bad.
No, I don't feel like. I just feel like you have
Standards.
like standards and like want a good quality of life and like want to be surrounded with like cool like-minded people. It's not like and like
Yeah.
do fun things and not have to like be restricted by some fucking loser.
Yeah,
It's like
I'm not trying to
you're
get
not
somebody
trying
to
to
like
have someone write you a fucking check or like go buy you a purse.
No,
You're
I was
like,
just gonna
I
say
just,
that I'm not like trying to get Louboutins or like a new Chanel
yeah, like
bag.
you're not like some hooker.
I just want to like meet cool people and do cool things.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll take the Chanel bag and the Louboutins.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, but I've never been in a situation to like date a rich guy.
That would buy you a Chanel bag and Louboutins.
I don't know. I feel like I only date losers.
Yeah, and what's up with that?
I don't know. Maybe it's an insecurity thing,
Maybe.
you know?
Yeah, maybe.
No, I don't date losers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to figure that out.
Which is why I've been wanting you to date an older guy for a little while, but also
I
I
get
just
the
don't think
ick. I
that
get
that could make.
grossed
I don't think
out.
that that could happen for you.
I know. I don't want to date some old man and like
I know.
deal with his balls and sunburnt like chest.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have to be 85.
But like that's what happens even at like 40.
But what about like dating a guy that's like 35 and like has a business? Do you want to date one of my exes?
None of them are hot.
No, that's so true.
No.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know. Oh, what I wanted to talk about. Did I say this last time? I don't think I said this last time. 2 episodes ago or 3 episodes ago, you were like, change your Hinge algorithm, like change it to New
Oh my
York
god. Oh my god.
and then change it back to LA. Did I tell you this?
yeah.
Did I say it on air?
No.
Okay, so I fucking did that and I like changed my Hinge to New York when we got back from New York. And for like 4 days, it was like nothing. And then like it popped off and I was
When
like
you
getting all these hot guys.
in New York.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all these fucking hot guys. And I was just like, whatever, like whatever. Like it's not, I don't want to talk to these people in New York. So then I switched it back to LA. I haven't had a single fucking person like go like me on Hinge in like 2 weeks.
I'm so sorry.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
I'm really sorry.
So Hinge, figure it the fuck out. I'm like, am I that ugly? Like I thought that shit was gonna pop off.
I think I maybe just ill-advised you.
It fucked everything up.
Because I did say that it worked for me for a while, and then the past couple of times it wasn't as successful. Maybe they changed their algorithm because they noticed that people were doing that.
Maybe they know.
Maybe
But I
they
mean, like I
know.
changed it back to where I live and it's like not functioning Or maybe I'm just ugly.
Maybe.
I should do a revamp. I might actually delete that whole vibe.
Yeah, you go through these phases though.
I've been a grinder fiend lately.
Should I say one more thing to
Yeah.
add to the random topics of the week?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you guys remember the episode, it was like our second episode called It's About Cockroaches or whatever the
Mhm.
fuck it was called. So
We were like children back
days-
then.
We were babies.
We were children.
Days after the year anniversary of, because I had mentioned, I think maybe I talked about how I also had a cockroach in my apartment when Chris was telling the story about his roach. And literally days after the year anniversary of my cockroach anniversary, bitch,
There was one here.
I was getting ready for bed after rotting and watching a movie,
I'm like
and
dripping sweat.
I was brushing my teeth and I sat down in the toilet and I saw something move in my kitchen out of the corner of my eye. And then I look over and it was actually legitimately the largest fucking cockroach I have ever seen in my life, like bigger than the one that was in my apartment last year, and almost to the fucking day on the year anniversary of the one and only other cockroach I've ever fucking seen in this apartment. Is that not fucking insane?
And then the next day I had one in my apartment.
On the year anniversary of us seeing cockroaches in our apartments on separate occasions.
And there was like a mass there were cockroaches in my work office. Like I can't. They were everywhere. There was like
Yeah.
a week of straight cockroaches and I couldn't fucking deal with
Okay,
it.
no.
We're not talking about it.
No.
We're not manifesting roaches.
No. Okay. Anyway, so I just wanted to let everybody know that happened. So it is cockroach season. Load up on your bug spray. What's the bug spray that your friend?
Orange Guard.
Orange Guard.
Load up on Orange
Load
Guard.
up on your Orange Guard.
Yes.
You need to bring me 10 bottles.
Orange Guard.
Guys, I was so traumatized. I sat in my bed. It was like midnight. After I killed it, I sat in my bed literally shaking like a fucking wet chihuahua for hours. Like I couldn't fall asleep. I just kept staring at my kitchen,
Mine
like
got
where
away
I
and
found
didn't
it.
care.
I'm not talking about that. I'm never
Okay,
coming to that
homework
again.
for the week.
Go
date a
sign up
rich
for a gym
guy.
that's going to cost you $50,000 a year, which I think that was their homework last week too.
Okay, so
So,
go date a rich guy. Go
mhm.
date 12 guys that live further than 25 minutes away from you.
Date 12 rich guys that do not live in the same neighborhood as you, and get yourself a new Chanel bag and some Louboutins.
Yes, and date an entrepreneur.
Go watch Addison Rae's music video, Diet Pepsi. And
If you don't know who Anna Delvey is, figure it out.
yeah, actually, and I didn't even finish watching the show, but like I know more about her than apparently most people. What the fuck is up with that?
It's just like, how do you not know who that is? That's like
Getting
knowing who the Tinder swindler is.
yeah,
Like, you don't have to know everything about it, but you know who that character
yeah,
is in the world.
duh. Maybe she just didn't get as much credit as she deserved because
She's
she's
a
a
full-blown
woman.
psychopath.
She's psychotic.
Like, I love when they like the like real people interview her and she's just like, "What are you talking about? I didn't do anything wrong. How do
I
you think
know.
businesses are made? They're all made up." It's like, okay, you're a fucking delusional freak.
Your impression of her is so good.
Ah.
Can you close out the episode in that accent?
No, I forgot how to do it. Okay, Divalicious Joneses.
Okay, we love you so
We love you.
much.
Have a good week. Happy Tuesday.
We'll talk to you soon.
See you
Have a
next
good Labor Day
week.
weekend.
Oh my God, I don't even know when that is.
Love you. Bye.
Love you.